everybody. Happy Thursday. Yeah, I'm still trying to take things a bit easy. Yeah, it's really only just over a week since I've had carpal tunnel surgery, and so I am trying to just think of easy projects that I can manage with an injured hand. Yeah, anyway, look, I hope that you're all well. I hope you've had a great week. It's Jill Lancet. And of course, you can pop over to my online store if you're in Australia and purchase any of the items that you take a fancy to tonight. I have got another card with this gorgeous, gorgeous washi tape. Now, I went to the trouble of printing out the product details that were online, and it gives you all of the colours that are in this. So I've found that these will be fast and frugal cards because we're using basically scraps, and some of them are not even still, they're retired. So let's get rid of some of that stuff. We have a lot of stuff. As crafters, we have an awful lot of stuff, and we deal with it or we don't. But anyway, I have the colours listed here. I might put it in the description. I don't know. There's going to be no measurements really, but I will try and remember to put that in the description. The colours that are in the gorgeous, gorgeous washi tape are Berry Burst, Coastal Cabana, Darling Duckling, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Old Olive, Petunia Pop, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Strawberry Slush. So I think we'll get to going, and look, this has not taken me any time at all to get to this point. I have a few products here. We're going to use these gorgeous INCOLOR flat pearls. Now, there is a sale coming up on the INCOLOR products. It hasn't started yet, so I'll more than likely tell you about that on Sunday night. Alternatively, you can pop over to my online store in a couple of days and see if you can see that there. So we've got these beautiful INCOLOR flat pearls. I've only got 2 strawberry slush, so things could get a bit fraught, for want of a better word. I went ahead and made a whole pile of washi stickers. Now, if you're a regular, I did this a couple of weeks. I've just basically popped this washi tape on some baking paper. Now, I pulled out a piece of the baking paper, measured roughly how much I needed, and I've cut those into these convenient size rectangles. Now, this is sticky. Okay, it's washi tape. But I found that if I wanted to retain the stickiness so that I could use them as a sticker, as in a gorgeous, gorgeous sticker, then I need to be able to peel them back off. Now, I think the idea is to pop this onto a piece of basic white or another, you know, some of the window sheets, and then cut them out. But I specifically wanted to make these into washi stickers. Now, the baking paper is still on the back of these. So, yeah, we get one die, you line it up. It's very easy to do. Now, I have just spent a small amount of time this afternoon. Where's the die? And I've just cut them out to the length that covers this whole die. They are in lengths. So the first piece you will get will be the strawberry, I'm saying strawberry slush. Then the next piece will be the gorgeous mauve colours. but they're continuous on the roll. So I've just cut them off, roughly cut them off, and put them so that they will fit the die every time. And it's a simple case of just very, very quickly lining that up. I tape it down, run it through my die machine, and look how many stickers I have here. I will never need for a washi tape sticker, probably for the rest of my life. But you know what? I've got them there. Now, these are things that are going to make your card making quite quick. So I'm using this gorgeous fonted Happy Birthday from the Charming Day set. And that's all we're using, that and the washi tape stickers. And I think we should just get going. Now, I had a bit of a play because I like to sort of like get an idea of where I'm going with this before I actually start filming my videos. So what I did was with the second smallest of the Stylish Shapes squares. Now these are, I like to call these innies and outies because they will put that stitched detail. If you're making an aperture, then it will have a stitched detail. If you're cutting out squares, they will also have that stitched details. So I've used the second smallest of that, and I've used the, I think it was the second smallest of the nested essentials. So the second smallest. So I've got two different sizes there. Let's pop that out of the way because this desk is getting really, really A, messy, B, crowded. Now, look, I've just found 3 of the same. So I've cut out 3 lengths in order to get the same flower. Okay, it's this flower here. There's only 1 on each length. So I've cut this out 3 times. Look how many flowers I've got, guys. And you can use different ones each time. I decided to use a design feature that is repeat pattern. And all that means is 3 the same, 4 the same, whatever. But that's what we're going to do. This is a piece of retired paper. I saw this colour and I really liked it up against there. I've cut a strip of Blackberry Bliss. Now the Blackberry Bliss is the width of the card. Now I'm not measuring this. What have you got? What have you got that you can use? So I've used this Blackberry Bliss. It's the same width as my standard card, and it is 6 centimetres wide. Okay, I've got a piece of scrap paper. That's how old this is. Some of you might even remember this gorgeous paper. But I wanted this particular colour. It is just a little smaller, so there's a bit of a border. So it is 14 centimetres and it is 5 centimetres wide. So that's what I'm going to do. I've just cut these 3 out. Now, I could have cut these out of a piece of scrap of basic white, whacked those stickers on there, and I've got a beautiful card. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've already got the stamp set up on my stamp platform, and I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss for this one. So I've chosen to pop this on the left-hand side of the card, down the bottom. Now look, fast and frugal, okay? That's what I'm aiming for today. Use up some scraps. These are going to be quick, but they're going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, I don't even have one. It's gorgeous in my head. So I'm hoping it's gorgeous in real life, but we're about to find out, okay? So I've just popped that down there like that. I hope you can see that. I'm pretty sure you can see that. And not smushing too hard, just giving that a nice little rub. Beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I just put that straight on there I didn't measure it, and because it's kind of like a bit of a scrappy font, it looks straight. And I haven't had to, you know, like really stress about it. So I'm just going to clean that off because we're going to make 2 cards and this is going to be the first one, okay? So we'll just close that up. We'll pop that over here for a minute and we'll get to this gorgeous one. So this is the way I looked at this. I'm just going to pop our beautiful Blackberry Bliss on here. Now, of course, you can have this closer to the bottom, like down here a bit, and put your message up there. This is how I'm choosing to have this today. So I'm just going to pop that on there, and I'm going to glue that. I'm going to glue that on there, and it is the same width as our card base. So you're going to get a beautiful border of Blackberry Bliss. Now, look, you know, there's not a lot of measurement going on here, okay? Keep this design in mind because, yeah, you're going to be able to use some of those scrappy bits that you've got, and you're also going to make a gorgeous card, and it's not going to take you very long at all. So I'm just popping this on here. Now, usually these would be the B side. So you've got your beautiful patterns on one side, and then you've got these. I call them the B side, but I quite often prefer the B side. Now I've cut this so that there's a border, and I'm just going to pop it on there like that. There's a bit of glue there. Bit too close to the edge. And then I smudged it. Oh my goodness. That's because I had glue on my finger. You know what? I can stamp that on a scrap and glue it on there. I can't be worried about it right now, guys. So I need some dimensionals. And I'd usually chop these up into smaller manageable pieces. So that's on there. I'm going to pop a couple on each of the back of these now that I've ruined that. Good grief. But look, there's always a fix. You can always fix it. Now, I tend to overdo, the dimensionals. So you do you, and I'll do my way. But this is how quick these cards are going to be. So if you're in a hurry, and I mean, you could even leave the message off until you need the card. So I still haven't found my take your pick, guys. It's here somewhere, or it could be packed away for from the classes that I had the other day on the weekend. So what I want to do is I want to put and look and just see where I want to place these on here. Now, I tend to have them going all the same way. That is my idea of that repetitious, excuse me. I think that looks okay. So we'll pop our one down here. And then I'll pop the other one up the other end, because then I can adjust with the middle one, I can adjust the gap between them both. So now look, if you're worried about getting this in a straight line, you can use your T rule. So I've got my T rule lined up here. I've got my little square there. I've got it round the wrong way, guys. No wonder it's not sitting right. Oh, my word. Gosh, things are going pretty much as per standard. Okay, so now I know that I can pop that about there, and they are going to be lined up. And with my middle one, I can just move that around. I'm really mad that I just smudged that, but you know, it happens. So I'm going to line this up again. I've got both of those lined up, and I know where I need to put it this way. I just want to make sure I've got it right there. What a simple and beautiful card. Now, I don't think I'll bother putting these on here because obviously I'm going to have to do a new greeting. So I would normally put a couple of these after the greeting or pop them around in the white spaces. But let's make the second card. This is how quick it's going to be, okay? This is how quick it is going to be. So there's our first card. Beautiful. And our second card is almost exactly the same, but I've used a longer shape because I want to put these gorgeous leaves on. Now I've got to dig around in here and find two more. There's one. And dear, oh dear. Hang on. Hold your horses. No, that's from the other colour. Crikey. Hold on. I should have... Hang on. Is that one? Is that the same? I don't think it is. Hang on, what do we got here? Yes, it seemed like a good idea at the time to just chuck them all in here. But, yeah, when you're looking for a specific thing, maybe not. Now, they don't have to be all the same. I mean, you could put other ones. I'm going to go with that one just for the sake of not having you guys sitting here watching this forever. So I've got my card base. I'm going to do exactly the same stamping. This time I'm going to do it in the Secret C. So literally you could do these all different colours. Whatever you have to hand, whatever scraps you've got, all you need is 3 little shapes and some strips of designer series paper. How gorgeous and simple is that? Now this is going to be slightly different. I'm going to give that another go. I want it just a slightly bit different, darker than that. So we'll give that another go. This is the beauty of the stamping platform, guys. Oh gosh, I hope you can see that. Yeah, if I'm not happy with that, I can keep inking that literally until the cows come home and get exactly the shade that I want. I am not going to touch this with an inky finger now, with a gluey finger, because, yeah, we all saw how that turned out last time, didn't we? So I've got a wider piece. If you have a look at this piece here, it's just slightly wider, just to accommodate the bigger pieces. And I'm doing exactly the same thing. My piece of designer series paper is narrower. So this one totally borders the squares, but this one is going to look a bit different. And, you know, play around with this because, yeah, you can do whatever you like. This is a very old piece of designer series paper, and I'm going to try and use them up. And I thought, you know, I always say use what you've got, but yeah. Now, these are the same length, so I've made these the same length. So they're going to go right across the card. There's that. And I'm going to pop that on there like that. Now, of course, you could put stamped images in these little panels. So if this was a blokey card, you could put whatever you wanted in there. Now this one is a bit wider, as I said. So it's going on there like that. Gosh, I love these colours. I love this colour combination. And then I've got these 3 shapes. So I'm going to pop my stickers on there. Now, I've just noticed one of them is different, so I'm going to pop that one in the middle. It's like more of a greeny colour. It's obviously from either the pink or the purple one, and the others are from the other one. So, yeah. Now, the first lot came off their backing paper really easily. Don't make a liar out of me. Oh, come on. Let's start at the top. My nails are absolutely ruined at the moment, so hang on. There we go. Now, you can have that going straight. You can have it going at an angle. I think I quite like it straight. So I might just pop that straight up and down. Now that's going to give a bit more interest because these stripes are going this way. This one is more green. The other 2 are a little bit more blue in colour. So now they do come off quite easy. I'm probably not showcasing that very well, but yeah, this is a brilliant idea, honestly, to put these on the baking paper and making yourself some washi stickers that you can use over and over in a multitude of designs. I'm just going to pop that up. Now, the next thing I want to show you too is a little trick that I learned when I did that one. And that is when you're die cutting these, sometimes you get, you know, a bit of bunching or buckling around where the die has outlined the shape. So once I get this on here, oh gosh, I love them. I'm just going to take my bone folder and smooth them right out. And the edges almost completely disappear. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? We've got that little difference in that colour that was quite accidental but serendipitous. Now these are going to go on like this, so the look is going to be a little bit different. And I think I'm just going to glue those straight down on this one, just because I can. So I've sized this piece of the Secret Sea so that you can see a little bit of it when this white panel is on there. So I think we'll just pop a bit of glue. And we've got ourselves some really, really quick and frugal, gorgeous cards to put in your stash, or if you need a card in a hurry and you haven't got anything, change up the sentiment. You can stamp the sentiment later. You can make these in advance and yeah, stamp that sentiment up later. And I just want to make sure I've got the same border here and here, which I don't. That looks okay. And then this slightly different coloured but same leaf in the middle. Guys, what do you think about that? I think they're really quick. I think they're really lovely. A little bit of preparation in die cutting all of the stickers out, and I think you've got it made. Now, look, what I would normally do here is I would put probably 3, a large, a small, and a medium. And if I could find something, let me see, what can I use? Because I can't find my take your pick. Okay. Okay, so a large, and this is the Secret C, a medium. Oh, they're so gorgeous, these pearls. They've kind of got a bit of an iridescence about them themselves. So let's just have a look at that. Very, very simple, very easy to achieve, and we've got this gorgeous, gorgeous card. Now, whatever you want to put in the middle is up to you. You could get a scrap of this, the designer series paper that you've used, and you could pop that across the bottom and then stamp your other greeting. I think they're gorgeous. I ruined that one. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But I could actually just pop a little panel over the top of that, and I'd still have a really gorgeous, gorgeous card. What do you reckon? Guys, let me know in the comments what you think. We've been going for like 26 minutes. Those scraps and strips would not take very much to cut out. So, yeah, that's... Well, where's my little ruler gone? Crikey, I don't even know where it is. I just had it. Do you know this is the story of my life, is looking for things. How's that possible? Anyway, look, I've got another one here, but it's a bit glary. So this one was 6 centimetres, or roughly just under 2.5, and then the designer series paper is just 1 1/4 or 3 centimetres. And this one here, look, you base your scraps, your strips, on what you want your square or your rectangle to be. But I think they're lovely cards. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Yeah, it's been a bit cold here in beautiful downtown Greystanes, and both of my hands have been aching all day. This one obviously because of that, but this one because I can't lean on this or grab things. This one's doing double time. So yeah, I'm off to take a couple of Panadol. Oh, is that a brand name? Painkillers, I should just say. Painkillers. Please, if you'd like any information, tilly2145@gmail.com. You can also request the matte templates. They are free, but I do need an email address to send those back to, guys. And yeah, like, subscribe and share. Very, very quick. The rule of 3s, it's very pleasing to the eye. These are so simple. And if you take the time, to prepare your stickers, I will have to go through and pop these into a better solution where I can find the ones I want. Oh, crikey. Look, there it is, right there. Right there, right on the top. Anyway, look, guys, this is 1,000,001 stickers. And if you can churn out some gorgeous cards like this very, very quickly using simple scraps or whatever, I think you'd be happy with that. So I'll love you and leave you. Thank you so much. Please, guys, stay safe, be kind. I'll see you guys on Sunday night. Fingers crossed. And yeah, take care. Hooray. Bye for now.